Hello gang, Colin here. I think the M Word Tobacco Company closing, I'm saying that because we've all beat it to death, has gotten a lot of people to sort of assess what they've got and what they don't have. And it sort of pushed me. I was homesick for a couple of days and looking for something to do, and so it pushed me to resort my open tobaccos. You've seen my tins and jars and all that stuff, but it made me reorganize my generalized setup, my day-to-day rotation. So I wanted to take you through that and show you what that looks like now that I've neatened it up, because it won't stay neat for very long. And so I'm gonna run around these close-up stuff and show you what I got, okay? That was my hand. So let me back up. I reset everything. I took it all out of random shelf locations and sorted things out. And so here's what I ended up with. So these are my tins and things that I've opened, or bulk blends that I've been smoking or at least tried out. And so I sort of straightened everything up so it's a little bit easier to look at. Interestingly, doing this prompted me to discover some items that I didn't even remember or know that I had, though it also caused me to realize that I've lost two. I've lost a jar of Marlin Flake, and I've lost, unfortunately for me, about a 4-ounce jar of my all-time favorite McCraney's Currituck. But I did in my inventory, I've got about 2 pounds of Currituck stored for eternity. And so these are blends that I've opened, and I rarely open one and make it all the way through the entire tin, so I do this with them. I jar them up, and I'm sure you guys are going to all see some favorites in there. Something I did discover that I had that I didn't realize that I had before. As soon as I pop onto it, I'll show it to you, because I was happy. So maybe taking inventory of your stuff to see what you have and what you don't have can be beneficial to you. Now here's my little jars. I made it through a lot of these. Cool Hand Flute. There's that Perique one. Gah. Put my some of my arrows over here because my fireplace is right next to it. And if those get a little dried out by the fireplace, I wouldn't get all that worked up about it. So I moved them as sort of a buffer zone. Go ahead, look at that. And these are little tins of arrows. Again, I'm not a big arrow guy, but you know, I have some of the famed ones, Sleepy Hollow, the Cults, Hobbit's Weed, Abacus. I have Trout Stream around here somewhere. So here's what I discovered that I didn't remember that I had. Happy to have that. And I'm certainly happy to have that. That's 4 ounces. I've had one bowl out of that probably 2 months ago. I wasn't super jazzed by it, but it's good to have it. So this is how I store my stuff that I've opened. Most of these are open tins, especially the small jars. And then I resorted my my tins that I had on a shelf. These are the singles that I put out to smoke, and I put usually at least one of all these blends or more of some of them in my cellar boxes. But it's nice to get a hold of your stuff every once in a while and see what you got. I used to write them. Let me stop at greatness for a second. I used to write them, then I stopped writing them. So, yeah, there's a little dust. And so then I sort of started to lose track. These are some random little bits that I have left. I think these might have been some samples that I got from some people. This was actually, interestingly, David, Baseball Pipe Guy, who hasn't been on here in eternity, gave me that. It was his own personal blend when Pipes and Cigars was doing a personal blend. So, anyhow, my Boswell seems to have fallen over. Thanks for the tip, whoever gave that to me, about getting, slight side note, getting the stem out of this one. It was so tight I couldn't even move it. Put it in the freezer, worked it a little bit, put it in the freezer again, worked it some more, got it to come out. Pipe's still fine, but I got a chance to clean that pipe. So thanks for that tip, stranger. Anyhow, so that's what I've got. Things are neat again. My boxes aren't quite as neat, but this is my sort of displayed smoking selection. So there you go. There's your chance to see what I got. And I will be seeing you all in the not so distant future with some more goodness on the way. See ya.